Okay, day 113, big day, memo day. Just a quick review of yesterday. It's in cars, remember. The uranium is in cars. That's going to be down at the Navy Yard, real close to where that Democratic National Committee high-speed line is, okay? I think the Dukes are going to be the key to this story all the way through. These Dukes of nuclear hazard. I'm talking about Anthony Weiner and Cheryl Mills, and it's going to be the Mueller, Cave, McComey, Rosenstein bunch, all that bunch. The idea that mixed fuel, uranium and plutonium, would come into the United States from Russia beginning in 1998 to a company called U.S. Enrichment, which the Dukes all put together with their hand-picked person that they put in there called the Krupniks, and have Saipov truckers truck it all around. The idea that none of that would be diverted, especially when you could create and use a plant created in Canada called a CANDU reactor to move and build these plants in China, over in Iran, as well as Pakistan, India, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and you could divert that fuel there and make money rather than storing it and downblending it as almost a waste product. The fact that we did that and let that happen is a mockery on the taxpayers of the United States. As also, we were going to build a MOX plant down there to burn this fuel. $30 billion was spent, and it's only 30% complete. Did that money go to these different power stations around the world? I think it did. Uranium One is a big story. It's going to get bigger. So, I'll talk about the Navy Yard here in a second. This weird police force, this story from a year ago, which is Kamilla Harris's guy named Keel, her assistant, works with these 33 fake police forces in 33 different states. Are those the 33 blackberries? We'll find out. We'll drill in a little bit more on the Naval Observatory. And then finally, with Edmund Burke here saying the famous statement, not Wilberforce. Wilberforce moved out slavery. He was a contemporary of Edmund Burke, but Edmund Burke gets credit for the Fourth Estate. So quickly moving to Keel, this is this guy Henry, David Henry, who died right before this 33 state investigation could really kick off. And Keel here is Kamilla Harris's kind of right-hand man, literally right-hand man. So again, this weird police force, kind of weird. It's like, is this the perfect cover for color of law operations and drugs? Absolutely, I think it is. Of course, we've got Campbell's soup here now being offered up as in testimony, Uranium One. We're still not getting to the key question of the day. And then I'll just go here to this weird Masonic police force. They even had their own badges. They even had their own weird badges. Okay, and of course all the heraldry and costuming that you would expect a Navy Masonic order to have. Okay, quickly we'll move toward the Navy Observatory here, a little circle on the Navy Observatory. Remember, this is the eye of God. You can see not only ship traffic all over the world, all the different navies of the world, but also air traffic. You've got also foot traffic now with some of these nano satellites. Here's your British Embassy. Here's Craig Murray getting that hard drive for the DNC emails right through the fence. And then, of course, you have Hillary's address here at 3067 Whitehaven. Very close. If you were working with somebody like, let's say a spy named Christopher Steele, that would be convenient to be so close to the British Embassy. And then, of course, it's just a half-mile walk over here to Wisconsin Avenue, where Carter Page lives. Now, he lives suspiciously also close to the China Embassy, where you get the visas. He worked in San Diego. Is this the Dragon Distillery connection? Is this the Kwok connection with Bannon? Did he work with Bannon at the Pentagon? None of this stuff has come out yet, so it'd be interesting how this goes. Let's talk about another Navy location now down here at the Naval Sea Command System. This is the Operational Command. This is the Chief of Naval Operations. And across the street, of course, we have the high-speed line on fiber to the Democratic National Committee. Of course, we've got the Rayo Abbas cabs over here with, choose your cab, and a nice cover where we can meet somebody in a ballpark with thousands and thousands of people. If we ever get in trouble, we can go over the bridge here to Anacostia DHS. We're safe. We can take a helicopter over to Ocean City, Maryland, and then fly down to Florida, and then get a jet anywhere where the Five Eyes can take us, in New Zealand or Australia, or else Canada or the UK. And we can still continue operations there. Do I think Imran worked here instead of downtown? Yes, I do, because the Rayo Abbas cabs, getting people started, bringing them in an infiltration program, or let's call it a paperclip operation, would be key to be near all this stuff. Sorry about that. So anyway, I'll just move on to the FISA, which is the last big story today. Over a year ago, this is March 1st last year, I talked about them getting a June warrant because I saw, the whole press leaks. The press leaks, I didn't know at that time about Papadopoulos, but the press leaks were happening in June. So I said, if they are going to have a color of law to cover this thing, you're going to have a warrant in June. And I believe that there was a FISA court that met, and I saw their time when they don't meet very often, around July 12th, and I surmised that they tried to go to the FISA court to overrule. Maybe it got rejected, and then they went to the FISA court to get it approved, or the other way around. Maybe it was rejected, or maybe it was approved and then it was later overturned. Probably was rejected first by Rudy and then in June, and then they overturned that and approved it in July, since all three of these folks are Clinton appointees. But we'll see. But here I was. So I still believe the timing July, then goes to October, then goes to, it fits the timing better. And I still think that there was a FISA court of review if Judge Rudy Contreras shot blocked the first FISA, which I think is the case. So that sets up today for the big memo, the Schiff memo. We'll see what happens. And that is your morning report.